Today is a day. Today is August 26th, 2021. And I'm about to meet my best friend of 5 years from the internet. Move. So I have an impromptu trip to prepare for my favorite internet friend who I've never met named Roman. If you've been around long enough, you'll know that he has appeared on many of my old videos and has taken up so much space in my days. Here's a few clips to get you caught up.
Fuck you. Yeah, fuck you.
I just want this guy's car to go off.
Peter, can you scream like that again?
Aww. Do the sound, do the sound, do the sound.
Hi, is Jacob working today?
He is.
He is?
Yep.
Can I speak to him?
Yep, give me a second.
No way.
Hey, is this Jacob?
What?
Is this Jacob?
No, this is Jacob.
Oh, fuck you, man. I'm addicted to dick.
Sound like a minion.
I'm gonna hit the car again. Really?
He asked if I wanted to throw everything away and take a 3-day camping trip, to which I was hesitant because I'm a pussy, but also because it's all the way in Maryland and I live in New Jersey, so the trip would have to be a worthwhile one. First came getting the okay from my parents because they're not American and would interrogate me for hanging with someone a block away. Plus I had a conflicting work schedule that didn't align with the plan, so I took like 2 shifts way earlier in the week so I could make up for the missing days. And now that we're caught up, here lies today.
You are my honey bun sugar plum, humpy umby umpkin. You're my sweet.
Yo.
Okay, listen the fuck up, you stupid rotting cunt. I know what you're trying to pull here. This was supposed to be out in August. Oh, it was supposed to be out in August. 6 months ago. 6 months ago. Are you fucking kidding me? Have you even touched a video in these months? Have you even tried? And I'm doing this all in post. Goofy. Scripted. Your whole life is scripted. Everything about you is scripted. The only thing that isn't scripted in your entire life has been your video editing processes. Get your goo-goo. Get your goo-goo gaga ass up and cook some nice and steamy content. Pussy. Because Lord knows you need that distraction. Okay, baby cakes. I love you. Fine, dog.
I can't believe it. You're telling me I didn't film enough of the trip? So I had to mock up some fake shit to lengthen the video and give it an entirely new purpose? Well, I've always been honest with you. And I know how much you love seeing me do that. So it wouldn't hurt to do it again. Yeah, about that. I thought it would be a great opportunity to make up for such a shit video, such a shit comeback when I first came back. Because as I expressed in the last effort, I was just talking out of my ass. Like, I didn't know what I was talking about. I was also hurting like a bitch. Surprisingly enough, this was a much better year than that year. I mean, no surprise. It's like everyone just had like the worst year of their lives collectively. I just so happened to redeem a lot of things and meet people, whatnot, the usual. Originally, this is going to be primarily a video on my experience meeting arguably my best friend, Roman. I've known him for like 5 or 6 years now, and he has been around every single day. There's not a day where I don't talk to the man. But my dilemma here was that I didn't film enough because I was so fucking anxious. Like, talk about self-sabotage. I literally could have, I brought my camera, I brought everything, and I brought like this entirely, like I knew what I wanted to start the video with. But the moment I was like back home from running errands that morning, he pulled up to my driveway. And I was like, fuck. Well, I'm very notoriously just off the walls. I don't like scripting stuff. I don't like doing much of that. I kind of have like the general outline basis and then I'll work from there. But for this video, I have to kind of structure everything in order. But I'll start with the juicy stuff, and eventually you'll get to know other stuff as the video goes by if something relevant happens relating to whatever I'm talking about. Me and Roman were on Discord one night, and he brought up this idea that I go camping with him. He had his camping trip idea where him and a bunch of his old IRL friends would go somewhere and set up base as this like nice little summer vacation because everyone deserved it and whatever and whatnot. And I was like, sick. I would love to do that. I get to meet you. I get to meet new people. Whatever. I'm not really excited about that, but I get to meet you. I had one problem. In that same call, me and Roman were discussing the plans further, and I was just voicing so much fear and even asking and then also going because what are we outside of video games? And B, I have never went outside. I was gonna say something else, but that sounded way funnier. I've never gotten outside of New Jersey, like to a different state. Like I've been to Pennsylvania, but that's like an hour drive. It's just like general. It's pretty close, but I've never went 3 hours away from where I lived with people I've never met and done whatever. Dog, I'm so fucking nervous. The fact that this shit is in, what, 2-3 days?
Yep. It's gonna happen in 2 days.
One part's the drive. What the fuck are we gonna do? Plus, my parents' main concern is just you and who I'm being with. And I don't see shit outside of my usual fucking gray town. So, this is just way too new for me.
Dude, this all is happening right now because fucking Rage Rants invited me to your Discord.
And I'm meeting you! I can't wait to dick ride you like the good old days.
Y'all really did. Well, I thought it was funny though. This is what we're gonna be listening to on the ride.
Nah. Check the chat. This is what we're gonna be listening to.
Yeah, this shit be bomb shit. You don't even know. Yeah, we gonna pull up on campgrounds with this.
Gonna be making extreme amounts of uncomfortable eye contact. So, the day started like no other. I had to go to the dentist, and I basically gave myself a little monologue about the trip, what I'm afraid of, and just being really excited to go. Before I do any of that, I have to go to the dentist, and then he's gonna be here at least an hour after I'm there. So it's gonna be 9 right now. I have to be there at 9. He's supposedly gonna come at 10:30. If you would have told me when I was 15 with him on Discord, I would meet him through a camping trip that he told me about last minute, I probably would have just been thinking about it for a straight month because it sounds too good to be true. But it's happening, and it's safe to say I'm nervous. He's not gonna kill me, but this is just entirely new, and I'm not going somewhere familiar. I'm going like 6 hours away from my house for 4 days. After that, like I said before, I had this entire intro planned out where I was going to get the notification that Roman came and then run out the house, film him, berate him with mean comments, because that's what friends do. But literally the second I walked in, he decided to pull up. I don't have any footage of any of that, but I do have pictures of us getting my stuff to his car, taken by my brother because he was trying to be annoying and weird. Showed him around the house and whatnot, and then it came time to going. Oh boy, I'm going to die.
5 years, just now. You gotta give me a minute.
Oh, I realize I can't. Never mind.
My friend said, Christian looks quite faggish at you.
Yeah, I didn't go to Best Buy. We're gonna have to go there on the way. Yeah.
Are you recording right now? What the fuck is this?
Testing.
What are you casing that?
Yesterday I was like, I don't even know why. I was planning out the entire thing to where I wanted to make a video out of it. Because at first I was gonna like, okay, script the entire thing. But then I realized I'm too socially awkward for that. I was like thinking last night, I'm gonna wake up and then try and make this a stable storyline video. And I forgot that I had even planned it. So I just showered. I got my teeth filled, my cavity's gone. It's terrible. I almost passed out.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. I had to avoid eye contact with the dentist.
You just put like fucking glue in it?
And they're all women.
Oh man. You passed out?
So I was getting my fingers. I was getting her fingers in my mouth. I'm gonna say a picture of my mom.
Oh, God.
Cover everything. Got it. Alright, show my mommy.
How do I have this stuff? That's one of the fucking options I get.
Fucking lame. I could do GPS online. If that makes it any better.
You don't have an iPhone?
I have Google Maps.
I gotta look it up. Bro, I was confused on like what the police looks like, because I saw some like parking enforcement and shit like that. With like the red circle. In Baltimore, it's like blue and yellow. Here, it's just black and white.
Yup. It's law to Hakalugia.
That camera's gonna fall.
Oh, why not? Oh, why not?
Oh,
Oh, why not? Before all of this, me and Roman were in a call, and the same call we talked about taking the trip for, and he was showing me Maryland culture, because apparently they have a lot of that there, surprisingly.
dude, this is what it looks like, bro.
That is laughable. Laughable.
He's laughing at him.
You be on this lane like this motherfucker right here. Got him. Oh, where you going? Oh shit, he's gonna touch the ground. Raise up. There he is. Have you on the camera, boys? Have you on the camera? What you get me doing? There's a rap. Bubbling paradise's bastard.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Apparently we have a lot in common. We have crackheads, homeless people. They're different. Poverty. It just sucks. And to think I'm gonna go 3 hours from my home to visit. Yeah. I actually don't remember a lot of how me and Roman started talking during the first like 10 minutes of the car ride. But I know that we went to Best Buy and ended up seeing this machine they used to like go up to the higher shelves, and every time they had to lower it or go up, it would just make this fucking constant beep sound, and you would hear it the entire way, and there was just some stupid bitch in the front that was struggling to get a refund or something. So it was like not a hefty line, but it was decently sized. So we had to wait there while this stupid bitch was fucking having all these problems. And every now and then while we're talking, we'll just hear the beep, beep, beep. It was fucking hilarious. But I came there for one SD card because I knew this was going to be a really lengthy trip, and I'd want to film a lot. And I didn't. It was actually surprisingly not that bad. We didn't struggle to talk or keep up a conversation, even though I'm really, really socially anxious, even with people that I've known for like 5 years. However, I did realize that we were almost nothing without video games. Not like I was supposed to talk because it's a car ride and we have music and whatnot, whatever the fuck. It's just here to relax and get there. The journey is the funnest part. We ended up bonding a lot over music because we relatively had the exact same palette. So we just played like a lot of Kanye and just was not afraid to get rowdy. He has subwoofers in his car, so the entire time I just kept getting berated with loud bass, and it was the funniest shit ever because I, at the time, still kind of now, but at the time, I was very like, I can't, any kind of disturbance is troubling for me. I don't want to be like a nuisance towards anyone. For some reason, it meant so much to me on the road. He did not care, and that really showed in his driving. So much so that I started picking up on it, and it's been a blast.
I don't want your pity. I just wanna love, but I'm way too busy. Rap moving up, I might come to your city. It's hot at the H, but my heart's still chilly. I just need a dash, some bread, and a cookie. If I ain't your man, nigga been so good. I can't wait till the nigga shit go. So I can get closer. Nigga take breaks, but I'd rather move forward. I'm being true to spit out, kicked out, let down. But I'm still a motherfucking soldier. So fuck what you told me if you show me different. Fuck what you show me if you can't. I might fly.
Oh my. Oh man. Oh man. What the fuck? You give me a fucking panic attack. Come on, man. Another miracle about New Jersey is that we don't have self-serve. You have to let some other peasant do it for you. And this was news to Roman because the first time that we had to get gas, the guy would not let him do it.
Fire station? Literally a fire station.
One good girl is worth 1,000 bitches.
Bam! Wanna fill my gas?
I wanna fuck you hard in the
Sink.
After that, give you something to drink.
Hey, how are you? Good. You fill it for us? We can fill it, man. Guard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 300 miles. 5 hours. Drove 3 hours here.
Oh
Dude,
God.
he's literally in the middle of nowhere. What the fuck?
I'm starving. Holy shit. Do you have any snackies?
We're at a gas station. I don't have any food.
Covering my tummy?
You want some?
Yeah, sure.
We want.
Yeah,
let's go inside.
Okay, fuck it.
Straight from Nigeria, bro. Oh, you want food? I know where the food is. Trust me, I know where the food is.
I know where the food is.
In a quarter of a mile, turn left. In a quarter of a mile, turn left.
Shut up!
Oh shit, it's getting worse.
I'm telling you, I'm so hungry.
I have the one piece.
Go faster.
5 hours to the next restaurant, bro. Rainy or wild.
It's genuinely surprising how there's so many states out there that let you do your own gas. And for some reason, the bummiest state of America will not let you try and have any kind of independence. And they wonder why we have so much entitled people here. By hour 2, it kind of got really dead. Again, what was I supposed to do in a car? Not much you can do to provide entertainment. Mid-trip, we stopped at a Jersey Mike's. I'd never eaten Jersey Mike's. I don't eat out, period. But we were really hungry, so we decided to settle for Jersey Mike's at some random stop. There's one moment where I was trying to order, and I had to like walk up to the counter. He like sat down and already got what he wanted, and apparently I just walked. My walk is apparently weird. So I'm very self-conscious about the way I walk, and sometimes I'll catch myself walking stupid, and I'll try to fix myself, but it's inevitable. I just walk the way I do. I kind of walk like this. You know how like your arm is supposed to like go forward, back, whatever the fuck? Mine does this. which is fucking annoying and embarrassing. But Roman took notice of it, and when I sat down and I struggled to kind of talk, I didn't know what to do. Roman just took a pause, and he was like, I know why you're single. It's because you're so fucking awkward. I have not recovered since. It's been so hard to build whatever of my confidence is left back up. And as always, you're on. I'm kidding, but it was a nice stop. We had a sandwich. Jersey Mike's nothing special. A lot of food chains are not that special. Anyways, we continued off. Roman decided to be really, really funny and just recklessly merge towards past everyone and even angered some random person. I am terrified. At the time, I was like pretty play by the books kind of driver, and I'm like, all right, I don't overthink shit when it comes to that, but he had a way much time under his belt than me. There was at one point where there was like a truck right next to us, the car was right behind us, pretty much like tailgating us, and he would purposely, we're all the way in the left lane, he purposely just like kind of stays the exact same pace as the truck, which is really slow. The guy starts fucking honking, he's reaches out the window and starts flipping him off, and I'm entirely on the passenger seat just freaking out of my mind, like, I don't like conflict at all. What is he doing? Eventually the guy was smart enough to, move out of the way and try and outrun us by merging to like the third lane. But Roman decided to just, his stick shift, apparently, he can rev it. He continued doing that and then eventually just fucking and I just could not stop giggling. It was so bad. I'm sitting in a car with the worst example of a person that you would want to be. And it was the funnest thing I'd probably ever done. Can you tell if Roman's asleep or not?
Put your head on my shoulder. Baby.
What the fuck?
Niggas you counted with. I know it really don't sound like.
Oh, he's got his ring on you?
Niggas don't know what I'm going through. She got me hurt for real.
You're lying. Why would he be after you?
I don't know. I wasn't even speeding. I was literally going up to the
midnight gang slide. So at this point, we were kind of talking about general internet stuff regarding us and how we met in our origins and how we kind of ended up at this situation, kind of gaining more clarity on what brought us here in our friendship.
Remember Noah with an E? I thought it was cool. So a lot of our friendship is super mixed. Because half of it was genuine, me and him were cool, and then the other half was like, haha, your friend is Peyton, fuck your friend. And I didn't know how to deal with that. And then Peyton did not like the fact that I was okay with it. But he was just a little snoop. Yeah.
Whether he likes it or not, he's a little sneaky.
Snaky boy.
It's like, I'm Peyton. It turns out sneaky. You're such a weird. I mean, I think he can admit that he's kind of
racist.
Yeah. We all have our racist thoughts. Me with the white people. Me with the white. You're my favorite white person.
Oh my god. Is it because I drove all the way to fucking New Jersey to take you camping?
No, it's because you disregarded the fact that I wanted to clout chase off of you because you were a fucking game developer.
And then ends up. I wanted to clout chase off of you for my games. You fucking YouTube channel, bitch.
It's a two-way street.
And now, I can't win.
And now I'm clout chasing a moment now. In return, you get a video you can sulk over to look back at the good days.
Shut the fuck up. But with your videos, you could actually go somewhere. Not like my fucking video games. I don't know why you don't do them more often.
quality over quantity. I like my life more when I do that.
You're trying to say quality over quantity.
You cannot deny that whenever I finish something, it's at least enjoyable.
Yeah, but you do it like you procrastinate, and then you grind it all out in a short ass period of time. That's not quality over quantity. That's just you're good at doing it. You just rush it all. You just put it off to the last minute. Quality.
You literally get giddy at the notification.
He's right. I started editing the last video in September 2020 and didn't even get to uploading it until June 2021. And it's been a while since the last real one came. Matter of fact, I think I have some explaining to do about that one.
See, heavy feelings for you, yeah, it's no secret. You too cool for me, and I ain't tryna freeze up like the Johnsons. Nonsense, I would speak up and realize there's more fish in the sea. I'ma re-up. Like, bitch, I know my shit is bumping, it's eczema, so I won't walk around with my head down like I got beat up. You do you, I'll do me, I'll just choke the piece up. I ain't tryna keep up because I don't love you anymore.
I still don't have a tripod. Hey, it's been a year, Daddy. Listen, I can talk a little bit louder now. It's not as criminal as it was a year before. My stomach is starting to hurt. This is a really bad sign. My stomach hurts, and I am not emotionally hurting as much as I used to before. I decided to come back here after a year just to reflect. I'm not sure this is the exact same spot I did before. I can't tell if it's a tree over there next to me or it's this tree, but we're gonna have to make do with what we have at the moment in the present day. I am not this optimistic still. I had a lot to be afraid of for the first effort. The fear of the upcoming semester, having to get over a very genuine love that I had, and then also it came time for me to start questioning my hobbies and what profession I would, kind of work towards that have to do with that. There's flies everywhere. I don't remember it being this bad last year. I had many conversations about switching channels before with my close friend Roman. As you've seen all throughout the video, he is necessary in why I do the things I do today, why I have the aspirations and the will to do things that I do today. He's very much necessary, fundamental in my life, and he always has been. I've had many talks with him about, I think I spotted a fly. I had many talks about about migrating YouTube accounts because I just felt like that one wasn't serving me as much as I wanted it to, especially with such a big number attached to it. And with that migration, I was afraid that I would lose a lot of people that I thought would not really give a shit. I was really homebound to that identity and that number, to where I didn't really want to leave it because I was afraid of missing out if I were to do something really good. And in all honesty, it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. Regarding a lot of the things that I talked about in that video, I'm still really soft. There's a lot going on around me. There's the kid soccer game going on. Regarding a lot of the things I talked about in that video, in that moment in the video where I was here, I had so much to be afraid of, and I had a lot to think about regarding my future, because I was just approaching adulthood. I had to grow up from a lot of old habits and just life in general. There was a very prevalent topic in the video was about a love that I had with this person that I'm still very much cool with now. I care for her a lot and whatnot, as I should. She didn't do much wrong, but I was still trying to make sense of everything that I did wrong, and I started to realize a lot of what I did wrong. I had every right to be sad and afraid of what I had done or what I had done wrong that wasn't necessarily, the right way to go about things. But I started to practice on taking accountability for any bit of negative actions, and I've always tried to emphasize to everyone that I talk to that if I fuck up, please tell me that, because I will not try and disagree with you if it really is about something I did wrong. If I don't feel like I did anything wrong, I'll tell you that, but we can come to like a mutual understanding. I am a lot fuck me. I'm a lot less insecure about what I do now. I've been openly kind of singing to myself, trying to get used to how I sound and not be like cringe about it. I've tried recording some demos. One you're hearing in the background right now is a song that has been in the making since August of 2020, and that is the first song I want to be out, because it's truly a song about that situation that I made the entire video about. But also it was extremely helpful writing that and also coming up with different ideas for how it should sound and whatnot. It was kind of freeing. I've never really arranged something to that degree to where it wasn't just like me finding a beat on YouTube and then piecing together different like structures of verses and pre-chorus, chorus, whatnot. It was me with a guitar trying to, you know, arrange kind of ensemble. It's a really, I personally love it. I would love to try and, you know, get it to a stage where I can show it, but every time I try and record something, it's always just the instrumental portion where I try to record the guitar, and I just don't know how to do that properly. I just do it the way it works for me. It was extremely eye-opening and necessary for me to challenge myself in that direction, to where I could be able to say I came up with this originally completely, and I didn't really have any hope in it before. I was kind of like, the idea of it would sound great, I can see myself doing it. As of now, I completely put it aside because I tried working on this video, and then other things in my personal life all together at once, and it just doesn't, nothing gets done at all. I've gotten way more of the video done than the song, but without me having to like switch back and forth to it. So realistically speaking, that's not going to be out for like a year or something. I don't know, unless I have someone that knows what they're doing to help me make it. And I only have one person in mind that knows how to do that. Someone's throwing up. I don't know why. They're at a public park throwing up. Whatever. Thinking about it now, I constantly have new problems. None are at the gravity of what I had dealt with prior, but they're way better problems, and I don't really lose sleep over them. Mentally, I'm doing pretty alright. I have my own issues, but you know, that's for me, and they're not gonna halt me from much. I'm getting really distracted. I'm looking at everything around me, and it's beautiful. I don't know if you can tell, I have a really big fascination with the sky, especially looking at sunsets, because goddamn, it's beautiful. I also just am disassociating. Jesus. However, a major difference in my life from then to now is that I have this very expansive friend group. Not only that, but just a circle and some that I can come to and they actually give a shit. And I never had that, if I'm really being honest. I had that like 2 years ago, but everyone went their own ways. I mean, of course, everyone has their own path to tend to, and when they're so sucked into that, they really can't give a shit about you anymore. It kind of just happens naturally. It's just the way it goes. But I felt like a visitor when I first met these people, and I can safely say that the way that we talk feels like we have known each other for way longer than we actually have. It feels like a secondary family, and it's one that I've been dying for a while. If there's one big thing I learned from that year, it is the fact that I have friends. Family. I was so unfamiliar with that feeling of knowing that I can reach out to someone and they can offer something, and then after that, hey, do you want to do this? Sure. You don't have that naturally, and I can't, you know, I owe it all to the person that really handed them over. Not handed them over, but like let me in on it. It's honestly a great feeling. I'm at a stage of this video where I spent like a solid month trying to get it done, trying to like get the rough edit finished so I can do all the tedious funny bits, because if I just like try and edit it and then come across a really funny idea and I try to execute that idea in one sitting and then move on with the rest of the video, it's gonna take forever. So I gotta get the rest of the video done with the rough edit, and then I can start fixing up things. But I'm at a point now where I don't know when it's gonna finish. I am probably like 20% done. This video is supposed to be like an hour. I'm confident it's gonna be an hour, and I'm only like 20 minutes in. But I can only imagine that all the things that I have aren't really gonna take that much space because I didn't film much of the camping trip that this video is really gonna be about. But this year was significantly better than the past two that I felt like this would be a really good opportunity to talk about that one because goddamn, I've lived a lot in that. All you must know is I'm significantly better and I'm recognizing the beauty in life a lot more. And that's because I have to. I don't have many answers. I still am trying to find so much out, as you do, but it's getting a lot easier to process, and it's getting a lot easier to start to care about everyone else, and maybe a little bit of me too. I'm not really sure. I don't know when I'm gonna stop talking. I come up with things to talk about every, 10 seconds? This is unscripted, by the way. I don't know if you know that. Not that I had a script with the other one, but I had the notebook with me, and that was supposed to be me reading over the exact same lines I had at the beginning of that video, but I ended up just venting. So, soccer game ended. I think it's my cue. I kind of just want to film everything else around me. Ugh, whatever. Look at this guy. It's fucking gorgeous.
Put your head on my shoulders. Baby. And then the rest is obsolete.
Oh, I'm headed to the mountains. I'll be back in a week or two. Don't you try to reach me, 'cause I won't pick up for you. I've got some things I need to do.
Kinda lost.
Okay, there's dry run on the left side. Okay, so that's the split. You see the split?
Mm.
So we just go that way. And that'd be another split. It should be.
Such a big
Daddy's
man.
home.
We were starting to get close to the camp, and when we did, we reached this one town that was ultra super mega sundown town ass vibe. Like at one point, it was like so fucking empty. It's like one of those Pennsylvania southern looking towns that you see in like HBO, where it's just a really bad drama show, and it's all the color palette is just all gray, dead trees. It's the fall season in every single episode. There was at one point where we saw a house, and it had a huge banner with "All Lives Matter" in red. I immediately knew where we were, and I knew what to expect. Whatever inevitable that might be, I knew we were in for something. Past that town, we kind of reached a town that was kind of cool. I took like really bootleg pictures. I had the location of it, so I can have the location of it. Eventually, we made it, and we came across two people that I talk to on a semi-regular basis now, Justin and Owen. Justin is what I was told, a meathead, and then Owen was an aspiring U.S. Army soldier who smoked a pipe and wore bucket hats and had a survival backpack the entire trip. I was in good hands.
If you look at the pictures. So the first one is Owen. Second one is Justin. The third one is Rico. And then we have one friend named Vinny who's going. There's another guy named Josh. He's this really tall black guy. He's really cool. And then we got the second picture of Justin. His brother is gonna go. And his brother is a little older than him, I think a year or two. And he used to be one of those fat nerds who just sat in the house all day and played Modern Warfare. But he had some sort of spiritual awakening and like started working out and shit and like smoking weed and like going out and do shit. So he's normal now.
After that, we finally made it to our section of the campsite, and there I met the rest of the people that were with them. We had Josh, who is 6'6" and full of hunk. Vinny, who is very, very hard to read. Justin's brother, his Danny or Denny, I don't remember. Rico, my only Hispanic compadre, and then Roman. So 2 minorities. I was safe. I was very much anxious the moment I walked up towards them. It's a lot of grown-ass men I've never seen. I don't meet people much in my age bracket, nor do I even meet people in general because I'm very secluded. So to have to get to know these people and talk to them, I knew I couldn't shy away from it, and it'd be stupid of me to not talk to anyone for the 3 days that I was there. There was another person that didn't go to the camping trip who originally was supposed to, I believe. His name was Turo. He had a leg injury, and he ended up being one of my closest friends in the entire group, and I didn't even meet him. We'll get back to him though. I didn't film much of me setting my stuff up because I was just so like scrunched up, like don't know what to do, don't know how to help. I'm not used to anyone. All I can really do is just hang around other people and then see what I can do, see what they'd like, see what they talk about. When it came to the first night, Roman was the one setting up the fire. The rest of them were kind of just shooting the shit at the table that we had. I tried sitting, like going around. Rico was super nice. He would come up to me, ask if I needed anything, and would ask around, whatever the fuck, just try and get to know me, which is very strange. I'm not used to any kind of kindness like that. Josh would kind of just say stuff, like just talk, and then I'd hear it and like, yeah, and then we'd talk about that for more like maybe 10 minutes. When I say Vinny was hard to read, I really do mean it. He essentially almost carried no emotion on the outside, and I didn't know if he liked me even at some points. Justin and Owen are basically like the same 2 people. They really don't care, which makes it super easier for me because I tend to overthink around any new people. And like, what if they don't like this? What if they don't like that? Whatnot. They do not give a shit. In fact, when they were looking for us, or when we were trying to get to our campsite, when they were walking and they found us, they're like, before you guys called, or right after you called, we got together and just prayed that you guys would make it, and then not even like 5 minutes later, you came. Fuck. To anyone that finds this, we made it. I might
Chapter
not.
1. Pepperoni.
Chapter 1. There's a bear out on the loose. Can you hear it?
Rico.
Shut the fuck up.
I smell it.
Rico, how are you feeling? Got it. Are you excited for the hike today? Oh my god. Tell me about it.
Rico, I'm gonna make you breakfast.
Rico, get up. Rico, snore if you love gay people.
Rico, snore if you stink.
Just snore. Thank you.
Rico, wake up.
Dude, it's the same fucking noise every single time.
Rico, can you tell me what a plane sounds like when it's crashing? Thank you. What does it sound like when someone goes down? Sounds like a kid saying, I don't wanna. Nuts out here. This shit nasty as fuck.
I had sex with my dog. I had sex with my pet bull. Yeah. I had sex with my pet bull. Yeah. Had sex with my pet bull.
I hope you drown in this fucking shower.
Look for the rock. It's not that.
Hey Josh, I like your shirt. That's a nice color. And Roman, I like your toes. I can see them from here.
His bones are strong.
You have big bunions, Roman.
Alright, so you see that sign pretty much straight in front of you?
So from our point of view, are you on the left side or the right side?
Right side.
We're gonna be on your right.
I don't know, Roman. Maybe follow your freaking bunions. Maybe they'll show you the way.
Hey, yo.
They're too fat. I can't see the way.
Oh, they point in every direction at once. They're that fat. God.
Hey, you guys! Holy shit.
I think we just killed them with our sound wave.
Hey!
Dude, they're dead. Look at them running around.
Fuck you!
Is that them?
Yeah. You can see their pictures.
They were just there. There's a sign next to it if you want to look through. Hey, we lost sight of you, but if you just continue down the river on the right side, you will eventually just see us. You're gonna see us butt fucking on top of this rock.
Doing what?
There might still be some shit in that gas station we went to. It was a one flush rule.
Oh, really? No. Oh, that's nice.
That's real?
Yeah, it said one flush per customer. I was thinking flush in the middle so I don't clog it because I don't know how strong that toilet is. And they were like one flush per customer. They don't want that thing clogged.
Hey, it's probably a really strong toilet. Hey, we see a group of 3 walking across the water. Is that you guys?
Stop projecting.
Alright, buddy.
You want to tell him to grab Danny's water bottle?
Hey guys, can you go back and grab Danny's water bottle, please? Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Alright, thank you. Over.
Wow, I wish I just had a laser pointer to shoot in Roman's eye from all the way over here.
Wait, it's on the rock.
Blind him. Jerk off my.
Whoever's playing that, you're literally peaked in high school.
Middle school.
Never.
Same.
Hey, Roman.
I can do a flip off this rock and stick it.
Bet you $30.
Alright.
No. What'd you say?
What's your favorite Gary's Mod server? Virgin?
Yourmom.com. You guys want to bring those slingshots over here and shoot some fucking geese in the neck? No.
We could sling you with a shot, you dumb fuck.
What you gonna say?
Telling y'all.
All these birds. I didn't know all your moms was here.
I'm gonna marry the fuck out of your father, relax.
My dad is already dead.
No, he's not.
Alright, boys.
Guys, we need help.
Hey, Roman.
There's no holes.
Hey, you mind if I see that?
Yeah.
Fuck you, fuckers.
Over. Which one's the fat one?
Alright, copy. Hey, Dustin, can you leave that radio up here?
Other than the camping trip, I did a couple of things that were notable last year. I picked up gaming again. I hadn't done it since I broke my other laptop, and god damn, it is. You ever like be so consistently bad at something that you like blame it on your specs, and then you get something better, and then you're still ass? That's been my entire journey. When you grew up with a fucking like $120 Acer laptop, trying to play games on it, you think you have potential when you get something better. Yeah, my first game I ever hopped on was CSGO, and you can tell I wanted to kill myself bad.
Oh, a sandwich.
Fuck, my bad. So bad. So bad. So bad.
One came out of
I gotta come up with like some dumbass gag at some point. I forgot to buy. Ugh, fuck. I had an old video planned before the 2019 one that was a gaming montage. If my laptop hadn't broke, I would have finished it and worked on it, but it did, so I ended up scrapping it. But I feel like now is a decent enough time to show it. It had some very funny moments that I accumulated with a variety of friends, not even just the ones I have now. Be warned, this is like me at like 15, so a lot of my humor does not align to today, but I included some new clips of my time when it comes to that onto this. So enjoy what I've been doing for the past year.
Watch your pee, mom.
That's a straight ass line, bro.
He has a drawing pad. He's laying down on his fucking bed. There's no way.
Oh, I got it.
What? How?
Dude.
Oh my god, that is insane.
I know it's supposed to be like a cup, but
That's not a cup.
Not even close. Alright, so I'll say that 1 second.
Stop.
I got it.
Stop.
I got it. Wait.
What? Oh,
USB.
I tried that already.
Picnic?
What?
He said panic. He wrote it there! I can't read that!
He put P in the another dash with fucking after P. Hello?
Was that even English, bro? Dude, stop speaking Brazilian, dog.
That's a dog walker.
What? It's a demon, dude.
I already guessed dog walker.
And this is a thong.
Oh my god.
Where is the woman?
It's the thong.
Oh, there's like something in my eye. Oh my god, I'm trying to get something's in my eye.
I can't hear shit because Peyton keeps fucking showing him something in his eye.
Okay, so Aaron, the little baby with something in his eyes, Peyton.
You will.
Yeah,
I've already learned. That guy doesn't stop lying.
I guess he doesn't stop talking. It's just a fucking headset, you goon. Oh, he's hurt.
Oh, yes, murder!
Yeah!
Get him!
Yo! You get headshot with a knife?
Yes.
Yeah, Christian, record this, but don't.
Yo,
Oh my
Chris is
god!
nutty! He's about to die, but he's
You gotta get back into the grenades. You gotta go, Christian. The bomb's gonna explode. At least pick up a good gun.
Why are you such a
Okay.
Oh,
Bro!
That
The starting pistol again.
Keep that one. That one had a skin.
Oh my god, I'm gonna shit in your mouth.
Payment can supply unlimited.
Please. Oh my god.
You're such a scumbag. Oh! I'm like flooring this man with a. No, it's just sometimes so hard to smile these days. You got a huge bag, horse boy.
Well,
I'm
it's because,
really good at this game.
realistically speaking, the cars move so slow, but it seems when you walk it so slow, they go so much faster. What?
Wait. Why did you say what? You're like
I don't know
questioning
what
yourself. You're like, what did I just say?
I'm still not over Evans just
I'm
fucking.
golden, boy.
Oh no, Seesaw is.
Oh, I've seen this one. This one's like a fucking
This one is
pain.
so trash, dude. Did I get that? I didn't. Wow.
Bruh, the other side. Bro, we're fucking up.
I made it. I qualified. You're there. You can make it. You can make it.
Bitch! Let's go, Barger! Let's go! Let's go!
That Seesaw one is AIDS. I hate that. God, that's trash. Now that I think about it, I can't think of a single one that I actually like. DoorDash!
We're delivering?
Oh no. There's gonna be a lot of grabbing.
Hole in the wall.
Hole in the wall. Oh my god, you just brought back fucking triggered me. Get off me, bro! On God! In Jesus' name, no more cap.
That's nuts.
Get up! The jump! It wouldn't let me jump!
I figured someone died as soon as I saw that.
Okay, what's up?
Black literally just died. I was looking at vitals.
Where's the body?
You know?
Pink?
Gotta love it. I agree.
You're muted, Pink.
I agree.
Scary, hello, you're muted.
I also think the body is at.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then first my actual microphone through my headset was muted, and now my microphone.
Okay, but where's the body? Go. Where's the body?
It's okay, guys. Calm down.
Okay, but where the body at?
She said Where's it again?
White's body was by security, so who was in that area?
Oh, what the hell? Okay, well then, we can go by process of elimination. Like, who was on left? Like,
Kristen, don't talk to me.
Bitch, I got a fucking. This is a meat hammer? Oh, okay.
Dude, yeah.
This is what I used to masturbate.
Cock and ball torture, dude. Sometimes life is a lot like cock and ball torture without the cock and balls.
It's like Black China torture. Just the tip.
I'm ending his career. Look how high in the air I am.
I'm ending this man's career. Oh my god.
Oh, money. Oh, fire. Oh shit, I have like no health.
Wait, what the fuck? I didn't even. I wasn't ready.
Snooze, you lose. Now guess what I get to do? Yes, sir.
That's so bullshit.
Okay, you're gay anyway. I'm helping you out.
What the fuck? Only half.
Are you deaf, Yellow?
Yeah. That's okay.
Why? Why?
Hot potato, hot potato.
Guys, look at the score.
Blue's not moving. He's fucking laughing his ass off. Guys, look at the score.
Thank you.
Ah!
No, but the fall.
Oh! I literally tried getting to the spider webs.
No!
No! Taro!
What happened? You fell off too? By spider webs! That was honestly sad.
Josh, was that you that broke our fucking platform?
I used the zip line and it like broke everything. I didn't know you could do that.
You might need to help me. I'm not even gonna lie. You might need to help me. Uh-huh. Please don't die. Wait, are you serious? No boy pussy for anyone. Get fucked.
We're gonna have the most intense round we've ever played in this game, and then all of a sudden, when it's like really quiet, we're gonna hear, what the fuck is the dog doing?
My boy's super free once you'll snap.
Don't. Old Spice for everyone.
I'm gonna speak for him. He wants your snap.
We got a girl.
Doing.
Nice
try.
Alright guys, last round, so this means this is the last I'm gonna be able to do it here, so... Blue?
It's been a ride.
It has been a ride.
That's a bipolar.
I love you.
Hot potato, hot potato.
Let's go, guys. One last round.
Hot potato.
Last playing with you guys. Let's get these motherfuckers in shit down to the throat. We don't respect. Okay, stop it. Let's go, guys. Get him. I'm ready. Oh, damn it, connector. Oh, what a fumble. What a fumble. Fuck. Good. Other off coming connector. Bomb is down connector. And as you guys hit the skirt. Oh, to the right of you. Oh, no.
Wow, I'm sorry guys. I literally could not hear that coming.
I really thought it was gonna be the 3-letter one.
Dog. I'm not calling this Joan Chief. Oh my god.
I got you.
I'm inside. I'm in.
I got you covered, boss.
Is it weird to get a boner while playing this game?
No.
Run through it. What are you doing? Look.
I'm in, baby. I'm in, baby.
You crossed the line. Cross the line.
I'm preying so hard. Okay. Pussy. I swear to God, if I die. Hold up, give me a second. He's dead. Oh, my head hurts. Oh, my head hurts. I literally...
Oh no, I fell off.
No! I hate this game. I'm so bad. Pussy. I'm stuck in webs. Are you serious? Oh, Aqua's here. Aqua's right in front of you. Hello? God damn it! I hate this fucking place.
Yellow's here.
Are you serious?
Oh my god, no, 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 no!
He's dead,
We're done.
They're dead. Relax. I'm gonna go to them. Ow. Pussy. Yo, bed gone! Cry about it. I'm frozen. Okay. Okay. That's cool. I'm stuck.
Can you help me at the diamond gen?
Okay.
Oh my god, they're coming for me.
I'm here. Oh, I'm stuck in a web. Are you serious? Oh, that's gone.
Oh my god, just come to mid if you can. I don't have to think anything.
Oh, he's seizing. Oh, he's seizing. Pussy! 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 He's bad. Taking him
You give
a
me all of
fucking
them?
while.
There's a thing over here to yellow.
Thank God. Oh, other base.
Huh?
That's not you behind me. I'm dead.
Where
I'm
are
dead.
you
Are you
at?
fucking serious? I literally went. Oh my god. I'm getting chased. I'm going to mid right now. That's me! What's wrong with you?
I thought you were an enemy! Oh my god.
Other than utter degeneracy, I went soul searching. I did a lot of meeting new people, or I tried at least. I downloaded a fucking dating app, which went like solid for, what, 3 months? I only met one person out of it, which ended up being nothing, because they don't even live here. But I don't really regret it. It was like kind of a boredom activity. I also just don't really understand it much either. I'm not the type to kind of show off the best parts of me, and then there was not really any space for any kind of genuine connection, and usually I'd be the first one to initiate, and then, you know, I try, and then all they're doing is like, haha, funny. Okay. Y'all know me when it comes to not expressing myself to the fullest, because I've had a handful of people that I have thought of in a way that's like farther than friends, and I just didn't really say much to them about it, because I was afraid of it fucking anything up, which has usually been the case for like a majority of my life when it came to any kind of crush. But this time around, it was kind of a way to try and move on from the last one. I'd say it kind of worked, because not that I even like stuck to any of them. I kind of find it hard to care about people that like come into my life now, as opposed to, you know, people like coming into my life naturally. Being in that realm kind of showed me that there's a lot of attractive people out there, and you're never really alone, and you're going to get where you need to be at some point. Dinner is just kind of, you know, a shortcut to getting to that immediately. I don't want to bash on it entirely, because I've had friends that have found their like fucking significant others on that app, but a majority of it is kind of just a quick fling or something that'll last like 5 months. It just feels unnatural, and it just wasn't for me. I'll get into that in a little bit. I also did a lot more with my brother. I didn't have the opportunity to go out and do stuff with him, try out, you know, going different places and having that kind of bond with him before, other than like 2-3 years ago when I went biking with him semi-consistently. But ever since we both got cars, we kind of just started going out to places, not even with a goal or like a place in mind. We just kind of go until we find somewhere and then talk.
Join, relax.
Hello?
What the fuck are we doing, Julian?
Can I get medium coffee, 2 creams, 2 sugars?
Can I get a McChicken?
Yeah, can I also get a McChicken?
Can I get a McChicken with that too, please?
McChicken, please.
Is your ice cream machine working?
My friend wants to know if you have an ice cream machine.
Yo, what shitty service?
Hello?
Can I get a McChicken?
Can we get a McChicken?
And it kind of pushed a desire to find, you know, not even someone else, but to find that in everyone as well. We fear a lot of the same things, and those kind of days where we kind of just go out and do whatever really helps us not fully believe in those. And usually when I'm like forced to get out of the house to go to the fucking beach with him, it's usually when it's really needed. My life for the past 2 years since the pandemic even started have been a whole lot of digging into holes that have already been dug, and then digging into holes that already have, you know, I stick my shovel in and I just hear metal clanking, and it's just there's no going deep down further, so I move on to the next one. I've always been fairly lost in almost everything that I do. 2020 was me asking myself, who am I without someone? 21 was who am I? And then 22 is what am I working towards? Because for all this time, from even the first upload back to whatever this is, I've been finding ways to find me, and then also try and link that towards the future and see where I would even land within the next 5 years. It's been a whole lot of that because I feel like I started late, very late into even being self-aware or thinking deeper into friendships or any kind of relationship, because I just never really had that. So now for the past year that I've had that, it's been kind of hard to adapt, because obviously I grew up without many friends, rightfully so probably because I was just such a weirdo. But regardless of that, I didn't have much. I didn't have people to come to. I didn't have people, not even my own parents, admittedly, because they were immigrants. They didn't have that in their lives. They didn't have they talk to their parents about how they feel. Maybe on the surface they would talk about how they feel, but not in depth. Truly. Like, I always carried a fear of them misunderstanding or even pushing it too far whenever I'd reveal any kind of detail about myself. And that goes to the majority of people that I talk to now. So for a while now, it's been me trying to test the waters with what I can do and who I could be, and would I be okay with who I am if I were to do these things. I wouldn't want to be driven to something I didn't want to do. And a lot of what I do now is passion projects that might not see the light of day other than just like in these four walls, but I'm at a level where I've sunk too much time into it where there's not really any kind of chance to look back or run away from it, because I've done this already. It fucking hurts trying to find the answers by yourself because you didn't really have any chance to do that or anyone to tell you that you had to do that. Once I started picking up on it, sure, the consequences kind of followed after, but I wouldn't really have it any other way. The friends that I have now also similarly experience it, not to my degree, but in reality we're all looking for something. We're all equally trying to push each other into finding that something. The last leg of last year was when I met them, and it's been going at a steady pace to finding whatever that may be. Speaking of that group, there is one member that I did not mention too much because he didn't participate in the camping trip, but I did become very close with him now, and I feel like it's time to introduce him. So here's that.
Arturo Green, with an E21, futile and closeted, a character whose rough childhood couldn't excuse all his setbacks. The pack tends to stay away from Turo because of his chronic back pains from carrying terabytes of videos containing voluptuous ass. His current occupation, Arby's, is one he ventured into for a joke.
Hello, 3586.
And while he's arranging sandwiches, his inner child collapses with every piece of ham slapped into said sandwiches. The pack is genuinely concerned for his well-being, especially after 2 a.m.
You want to hear the response?
Say get back for Los Ned.
I'm sorry.
I'll be honest, I've been rubbing my dick against Christian every time.
Tender.
Eat a dick, nigga. I want you so bad.
Don't ask why. Instead, ask for help. Dude be working at Arby's? Like he could hook me up with like a keto, all meat, no bun, like dude sandwich? With like some special melted cheeses and shit? Arturo Green with an E. If you looking for a new wingman, you looking for new friends, that Arby's hookup sound fucking delicious. You can get a hold of me at 1-800-PBS.
A person I can confidently say has become one of my best friends. Maybe not mutually, but I consider him that way. His name is Turo. Turo is a man that is both an internet dweller and a pussy. You can see why we relate so much. He's someone that I caught a glimpse of in a random TikTok that Roman had made, and I always kind of wondered who that was because I just didn't hear about him in the group of friends that I was listed out. But when I met him in a late night call, we kind of were left alone, and what are we gonna fucking do? Just like say, alright, peace. It was a test to my social anxiety, and I feel like I had to stay and create conversations. I think we just talked about video games, and by the time I left, we were like, it was nice meeting you, nice talking to you. Likewise, good night, and then it was over. I could not predict how our relationship would go farther than that, but it ended up working out. He is probably one of the funniest and most creative souls I've seen out there. Not to entirely gas him up, he's still a bitch. He's like one of the funny kids from school that comes home like sobbing in their book bag, but like bounces back. The girls in school that he likes doesn't really give a shit about him. They just like kind of see him as like a brother, and then his bro's trying to hype him up, and then still fails, but like, at least I got jokes. Comes home depressed again. He's that one kid that I managed to keep in contact with, and those are usually pretty insufferable. And while he is pretty insufferable, he has proven to be one of the nicest people that I've met. He's going to frame this entire bit of the video on his fucking fridge, so I'm gonna stop talking about him. But I figured that he might enjoy that little introduction because I didn't really go over him at all, and he ended up being such a bigger part of that time, even though I had met him for like a month or two of that year. Now we enter the new year, 2022, and it's one that has started pretty fucking shit, if I'm honest. I had just finished a semester off of school, and I do remember lightly talking about it in at least one of these videos that it was not really going well. I had mistakenly made the decision to go to a 4-year university instead of just going to community college first and then going to university because I just didn't want to miss out on anything. And when you're in the height of a pandemic, you're gonna miss out, and I missed out. It ended up taking a giant toll on my GPA and a giant toll out on my soul because it took a lot of fucking time and even will to want to complete assignments because I was A, massively depressed, and 2, just overwhelmed because I had been in special education since 6th grade and was never really challenged. I was always afraid of being challenged because I just was such a shell as a kid. And you can't really tell them that because they don't care. And whatever accommodations that you get, you usually have to do things by yourself regardless. You have to do all of the workload that you're given at a certain amount of time. I don't mean to make myself out to be a fucking baby that needs to be catered. I could do these things. It's just 10 times harder because of the setbacks that were given to me. I didn't even want these. So I was fresh off of the semester, and I was pretty much given the notice that I had completely fucking flunked and was going to be suspended for the rest of the spring semester that took place. So I had no choice other than to take a gap year. And in that gap year, I got closer to the friends that I had talked about before. And with that, I have made some pretty memorable moments. I met Turo for the first time in real life. Second time for everyone else, but Turo the first. There's another member of the group. His name's Ishmael, and he's also one of my favorite people that I've met. There was no ulterior motive to going over there and meeting my friends. It was just a good old time of quality time with the boys. I was fucked. And once the realization hit that they're all the same online and in person, it was never really hard to mesh well.
Shit's just gorgeous sometimes, and I am just now recognizing that. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm starting to be a little more appreciative of what I'm given. Everyone I know are incredible in their own respective ways, and I want all of them to be in my life still. And every new person that comes in, I hope we get far enough to where I'm not just a memory. I would love to meet more people, to do more things with them, because same old kind of just gets fucking tiring. You want something new to happen, and then the other person wants something new to happen. Why not? I gotta apply that to actual people. I don't know, I'm just saying that.
But every time I get away from them, usually my world kind of collapses. just the panic of finding a new job because I'd stuck to one for the past 4 years, 5 now. I would constantly have setbacks as to how I genuinely feel about people and how to keep up with friendships outside of online life. I would usually go a 5-month period almost without talking to someone that I consider close to a year ago. And it's not a case of us phasing out, it's kind of just I don't hit them up and they don't find a reason to hit me up because I'm not doing anything. And I try explaining myself the best I could because obviously I'm not always in the best mindset and I don't really know how to describe half the things that I feel because I don't try and put these things into words. This is the most you'll get out of me. It genuinely is a problem and I have been facing nothing but that for the past couple of months. All of these things would pile up until I believed that the only way out was leaving all of it behind. And, you know, no one in my life would like that at all, but it was the most favorable decision that I could make. The first 2-3 months of the year has been spent hopeless and insanely doubtful. I can kind of say that I'm doing better now, but it still looms there, and you know, a sense of realism is always gonna slap me in the face. I know when things are not gonna be fucking perfect. Okay, so after tasting a bit of what life could be like, I decided to look into concerts because I've always wanted to go at least one, and then 1 turned into 2, and 2 turned into 9. I saw Kenny Beats in October. This being my first concert was probably the perfect introduction to what I've been craving for the longest time. He had acts like Kenny Mason, Tizo Touchdown, Booba Savage, and most notably, Zach Fox, who had been on our bucket list since 2019. It was definitely a full circle moment.
You better praise God. I'm a shooting at some God. I ain't praying about my Lord Savior. I'm on my job. If you ain't a Christian, I'ma stab you in the face. Everything about Jesus, I'm hitting you with this game.
There were a couple people he brought out that I had never heard of, but some of them are pretty bad. Kenny's DJ set was incredible though, and I finally got to mosh to an X song, so great first concert. A couple days later, I went to this Overcast event by myself. I pleaded to go because it was in Philly, and that was a drive. So eventually, I was able to go and have a time of my fucking life, dog. I got to see Midwest, who at the time I knew little of. Alden, who I also knew little of. But I walked into the venue seeing him perform What Was the Last Thing You Said after I missed Koi's set. But that was a beautiful moment to walk into. Breakins, who I found during the summer of 2020, and I desperately wanted to see him live after sitting with his album Punk 2 for the longest time. Every single song had rock elements and heavy bass, so I can only imagine what it'd feel like live, and it blew my expectations out of the water. Favorite after favorite after favorite, this entire set was perfect. Then, Rozier. I lost it. Aries came after, and I'm also a big enough fan of him to enjoy everything. His stage presence was contagious, and Fool's Gold was exactly how I expected it to feel. I didn't record any of it because I saved storage to record Breakins' set, but seeing other people's perspectives was just as good to me, so it didn't really matter. Later on in October, I saw JPEG Mafia, and let me be honest, this was the most uncomfortable I've ever been in a concert. Like, I knew what I was signing up for, but holy shit. Everyone came to that show with the intent to murder. It's still my type of setting. I didn't record anything because it would have been impossible for me to keep up, but my brother did, and all you could see was the abyss. I told Joey to record Free the Furry, which was my favorite song from him, and I wasted no time reciting everything on my fucking chest. However, I still didn't have the greatest time. Like, a big ass dude collapsed on me due to exhaustion, so me and like 5 other dudes had to help carry him out as he screamed bloody murder. I went back in with no problem, but damn, it threw me right back into reality. Dude was leaning on this short girl, and I tried to keep him off and make sure she was fine, but I guess he was meant for me. In November, I saw Joji, and this might have been the most underwhelming concert performance I've seen during my time going to these avidly. It's not like I expected him to put up a show, but damn, at least like belt a couple of songs that like you're meant to. Sanctuary didn't hit like I thought it would. Like You Do was my wake-up call. Slow Dancing in the Dark did exactly what it was supposed to do. I'm not gonna harp on him entirely. It was cathartic to be able to recite songs Julian and I played all throughout high school. The nostalgia factor easily carried, but we could barely see him because we came late because Julian left work at the exact same time the doors opened. Ray Brown opened, so we inevitably missed his set, but maybe that was a blessing in disguise. I'll get into that in a second. My concert spree was put into a complete halt because I went to vacation in Texas for Thanksgiving. And it became a routine because of my aforementioned half-sister passing away. But it became less about visiting that family because there was nothing but trouble coming from that. And more so staying with my cousin, who is one of my best friends. Every time we go, it's always a great time, and I'm never bored of staying in the house or even going out. During our time there, we went to see a Cowboys game. And before we entered, it was going to be my first time drinking alcohol ever. My sister pulled out her phone to try and document it, and I was like, nah, that's the feds. I couldn't even risk that. Someone would have saw that and fucking ratted me out. But regardless, I don't know shit about football. I don't really give a shit about sports, period, except like soccer sometimes. But halfway into the game, I kind of got the understanding of it. Plus, like, I really couldn't just sit there and fucking pout because I'm supposed to be there for a good time. So I kind of just like picked up on the sport and then rooted for what everyone else was rooting for. Also, I kind of lied about my concert run being halted because Luke Combs came out for the halftime sequence, and I don't really like country. Scratch that, I actually don't like Luke Combs, period. So it was... That man's not even trying to swing all these white people. If you're curious to know, we lost, but that doesn't matter. I went to go pool, which I didn't fucking lose at. Never take the opportunity to fucking go against me in pool because I will murk, and you don't want to see that. You don't want to go home depressed. I told Join to record me absolutely annihilating, and then motherfucker put the front camera on and did exactly the opposite. So please just take my word on this.
Fucking lose it.
But it was nights like this that kind of made me want more out of relationships. I had never really went out with family or anyone that was related to family or even with people in general. So kind of this is a great stepping stone. Saw this lady with the VR headset in the airport. There's nothing much to talk about there, but I just thought it was hilarious. I saw Dodie in February, and this was the first stand still and admire kind of concert that I've been to. It definitely took some time to get used to, as I'd only been at rap shows, but I've been a fan around the same time I became a friend of Break-Ins, so it wasn't like I went in there blind. The opener, Lizzie McAlpine, was someone that I admire, and I'm a massive fan of to this day. The two albums she got out now are in-fucking-credible and have not declined in replay value at all. Overall, a beautiful show. Would I see Dodie again? Probably not. The second I entered the crowd, I got the biggest whiff of must, so nobody took protocol on taking a fucking shower, apparently. Lizzie, however, her new album got me foaming at the mouth, so most definitely. In March, I got last-minute tickets to see Amine, an artist that I'd been a fan of since like junior year of high school, 2018. The first project I heard from him was 1.5, and his music stuck with me since. We kind of missed the opener, AJ Tracy, who my brother was a bigger fan of than I was because he heard more from him. Still had a fucking blast with the 2 songs I caught from him though. The DJs did a great job hyping the crowd up. Throwing her on shit everyone can turn around and recite to each other. But once it was time for the main act to come, me and Jordan were trying to predict what the first song would be. On the ride there, we played Mad Funny Freestyle to hype us up for the show. And it's probably the dumbest thing he's made, but it fucking works. And when he came out to it, I went ballistic. The energy stayed consistent. I was going nuts, and I was standing next to this girl who I'm pretty sure was dancing on me, and we turned to each other and recite lyrics every now and then. I didn't acquire any detail from her, and I beat myself over it for like a week. It's whatever now. I got mine. But to anyone who had the same thing happen to them, go for it. Only if the signs are clear. Don't be a weirdo. This is the right time for everything. Tyler, the fucking creator. 3 days after I saw Amina, I had a Tyler concert to attend to. I bought those tickets way back in August of 2021, and I had recovered from the massive blow that took in my wallet, but when the time came, I was nothing but prepared for what I was expecting. I didn't go into the show a stranger. I am an avid admirer of his work, his performances, blah blah blah. The man is impeccable. I missed the 2 openers, one that I had seen in the Kenny Beach show, Tease of the Touchdown, and sadly Vince Staples. His self-titled album was enough for me to want to see him live, but Julian once again left the house late after I stressed him about leaving at least an hour and a half before the doors opened. It was cool though. We got there just in time for the faultless mistress known as Scaliucci's. I'm gonna skip past the details because Mans was feral her entire set. Tyler finally came, and it was everything that I had hoped for in an hour set. He played all the favorites from every era. I spoke my truth during Corso, as if my last lever was right in front of me. The pyrotechnics had me in the fetal position, regressing. It was perfect. Probably the best concert I've been to, period, if I'm honest. A high school wet dream. In May, I got to see my idol, a never-ending sense of inspiration, and just a complete hunk of a man, Keshi. During the summer into my senior year of 2019, I was introduced to Keshi by this girl I had a crush on heavy. And while it didn't end well whatsoever, every single release of his would for some reason freakishly dissect what I'd been going through at the time. Right here is a fantastic example of that. I was feeling everything he sung in that song, and I just knew he was going to stick with me for a very long time. The opener was someone that I had missed in a previous show, that being Ray Brown. I'm gonna be honest, I love the man's music. It's just gorgeous. His voice, silky, creamy, pause. His performance is way too timid. Like, I disassociated almost the entire time he was up. And someone passed the fuck out. Like, how? I was gonna pass out due to boredom.
Can someone help them out? With security.
I was of course delighted to hear some of my favorites like Honest, Bubble, Could I Be Somebody, even Forever. But you'd think for some of those songs, dude would be ecstatically moving across the stage left and right, because some of those songs are jump worthy. Nothing. He'd slowly walk left and right sometimes, wave hi to people from up in the nosebleeds, and then moan ad-libs. Again, love this man and all that he creates. It's just not for a live setting yet. He'll get there without a doubt. Okay, back to the main topic. Keshi came out to the intro track of his first album, Get It, and my god, I lost all sensibility. Touch made its way to my absolute favorite from him, the first being Too Soon, then later being overthrown by More. I plan on shouting a joke during a very specific moment during the opening lines of the first verse, because every time I watch his performance at Head of the Clouds 2021, you could hear a guy yell, "I love you," after he sings the first 2 lines, and I chuckle every time I see it, so obviously I want to continue this tradition.
If you want me, say you want me.
I don't think it got anyone's attention, not even him, because I'm just not that outspoken naturally, but I did it, and that's all that matters.
If you want me, say you want me.
I want you! I met this guy who sung every single line with me. His girlfriend was next to him, but she was kinda loud. Regardless of that, Drunk became more depressing after hearing its backstory. Realized how single I was at the time when Understand came on. Felt the 9 to 5 woes during Skeletons. He played his best song, Hell Heaven. I thought about someone while singing Angostura. Had a full circle moment to right here. He lived his rock star dreams during Angel. I remembered it was Sunday when Gabriel came on. My God, when Gabriel came on. Then, Too Soon. It was just the best that I could have ever asked for. At the tail end of July, I found out that Saba was performing at Central Park for free. And I'd missed out on seeing him when he was on his back home tour run. So I would have been fucking stupid if I didn't take this chance to finally see him. The show opened with a DJ set from Zillion. I'm not familiar with his work, but he did a solid job at keeping my ADHD-ridden brain entertained with the song choices. Some songs kept my blood flowing, and then some had me mad. Anyway, the Mind came out next with some technical difficulties, but his energy while performing was enough to impact me, and I don't listen to him whatsoever. Erin Allen Kane, who I'm slightly familiar with because she was on a couple of Saba songs, came out after, and she was pure talent. Her set felt like an hour of vocal runs and a zany personality mixed with anxiety. I enjoyed everything she presented, but then the main act came out. But he didn't just come out. He came out to my favorite song. And that alone set the tone for the rest of the show for me. Calligraphy was a full circle moment for me. Me practicing circus on the way to the show paid off when the time came. Smino came out for Still. Like, what? It's a free show! And they did sacrifices. Like, how full circle can this shit get? No fucking way! Felt home when West Side Bound 3 came. Survival's Guilt had me loose. Life, and stop that. These final 3 were what tested the lack of food and water in my system, and I did not hold back because of that. This is also the second concert I've been to alone, so I found it hard to share any moments with anybody other than a couple of words spoken after Survivor's Guilt. However, I did talk to 2 guys while I was walking to my car after the show because one of them was unsure about going to concerts alone, and I didn't want to leave without talking to someone. Overall, it was everything I needed. What was I talking about again? Oh, that. And speaking of not perfect, the trip ended pretty early. On that day, Donda came out, and we had no clue. It was hilarious though, because you already know what the album sounds like at this point. First fucking song is just Donda, Donda. So it was hilarious.
I know God breathe on this. I know God breathe on this.
Where?
I know God breathe on this.
Oh my God.
I know God breathe on this. I know God breathe on this. I know God breathe on this. I know God breathe on this.
Breathe. Touch him off my sleeve.
You know we are.
No God breathe on me.
Damn. God sneezed on this. They got this fucking room in this truck stop / Arby's. This is literally just like primal era captured in raw color. I can't even catch any of this, bro. This is too fucking gorgeous.
One mattress, few boxes. You are moving too soon. Wanna drop these moments.
What's going on, sexy?
For the
So it's been a while, but can you just start now?
Oh, for sure.
Alright.
I'm waiting.
Here. Oh no, we don't do handshakes. We don't do handshakes.
Oh, this is a deal breaker. You gotta find someone else exquisite. You're missing out. I really have not been doing any talking. That's because what did I talk about? This is the most disorganized video I've ever recorded or made, if it even is a video. Great time. This is where we're staying. We only signed up for 2 nights. This is where I'm sleeping. This is where we're staying for the next new 2 days, nights. Fuck me. The echo. Emphasis on homosexuality. Let's bring it back.
Now hand me a shark thing. Never mind, I got it.
Who wants to go next? Justin? All right. For you ready? Might take me 5 minutes.
By the way, I thought of that when you guys were freestyling in the tent the first night.
You thought of the first night?
I was I was too shy to actually say it.
Hey, bro. If I thought of something, I would have said it. But like,
I couldn't think of
fuck it. Yeah, like if you think of it, just say it. If not, then.
It all ended a day earlier because one of them had worked the day of or the day after, and I also was forced to leave because then some kind of time constraint. I don't remember exactly what, but it led to me and Roman having to leave early.
Let's attack.
Okay. Now we strike.
Your charger.
Hey Justin, I got you something.
Burger King! Thanks! Welcome.
When are you gonna drop the news?
Donda dropped.
Oh, good?
Yeah.
You guys stopped at Burger King
Yeah.
specifically for the
While we
Burger
were
King
fucking
hats?
camping, huh?
God. Did you guys stop there just for the hats?
No, I wanted to go to IHOP, but the line was too long, so we went to Burger King.
I got you.
I'm heading out.
Alright, well, hey.
Alright, big man.
It was nice meeting you.
You too. Safe trip. Y'all get home safe.
It's nice.
It was nice meeting you, bro. Send me that playlist.
I definitely will.
But bro, you should.
It was nice meeting you.
Yeah, dude, nice to meet you too.
Such an emotional journey.
We'll add you, bro.
In the most
Justin. Gaming.
Out.
We can have gaming.
Justin out.
Hey.
It's good meeting you, bro.
It's nice meeting you.
Why y'all be good?
It's nice meeting you, Mr. Lumberjack.
Yes, sir.
Dead by Daylight. We can play Fortnite.
Oh my god.
We can have Fortnites. Go battle.
I could have re-downloaded it, hate myself.
I gotta show you guys a video of all this shit.
I've seen him shit before.
It's really big, so like, and I took a really good cinematic video of it.
Oh my god.
You have some bears gonna be good tonight.
Dude, that was a big ass. It was like as long as the Polish sausage
It was like a
stretched out all
fucking
the way.
pleasure scene.
Dude.
It was nice meeting you guys.
I'm pretty proud of it, but yeah.
We know each other.
Alright, nice meeting you.
Oh, Captain, my captain.
Alright,
Boy,
I hope it crash.
Stay out of
Safe
racism.
drive.
One thing you're wearing crowns.
I'm canceling it.
I'm keeping the crown on.
I don't want to hit your camera.
I'm keeping the crown
That's
on.
fine.
We're listening to Donda album.
Wait.
Donda, 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 Donda.
I'm gonna download it.
Gotta go over there and download it.
I'm gonna download it.
Alright, later, Kings.
Stop being so mean.
Bye, buddy.
Hey, let's go to the hub.
Alright, let's see you, gamers.
See you guys.
It's like saying goodbye to my family. Alright, time for... Play Donda, 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 Donda.
Donda, 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 Donda.
It's like just taking a
Donda, 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 Donda.
On the drive back home, we kind of reminisced. For the majority of it, played a lot of old songs that we would have loved to hear with each other like 3 years ago.
It's way too dumb, yeah. Those goosebumps every time. Throw that to the side. I get those goosebumps every time. Why the only I'm crying? It's like we smoking all weekend and I'm rolling smoke when I'm drinking. Till I'm up in that dope and I'm geeking. We been having an OG kush meeting. If we smoking that dope, it's a reason.
Oh my god.
My head hurt 18 minutes.
I realized I didn't document much. Enough for a cohesive enough video. Camping was kind of cut short. I thought it was gonna be like till Monday. Ended up having to leave a day early, which is all right. End goal was to see a friend of 5 years, and then I kind of made more than I thought I would. Would I live here now? fucking terrible place. I saw too many Trump flags and a hanging doll, which you saw earlier. But I suppose you get nice company, and that's all that matters. Would I have to be in the car for 6 hours again for this? Probably not. I don't know how to end something. I don't even know how this is gonna turn out. I originally had a lot planned, scripted, whatnot, but kind of just didn't work out that way. But yeah, we like whatever that was. I had fun. Cool. Good night. Fuck off.
It was a great time regardless, but there was this one time where we were, 15 minutes away from my house, and we made it to this one neighborhood, and this guy was passed out in his car, just like in the middle of the road. His head on the wheel, everyone was stopped. So we turned to slow down to see what happened. And I thought it was a bright idea because I was feeling super incredibly confident about that whole trip. I just laid out the window and I said, "Wake up!" Turns out he was overdosing. And Roman with a Burger King crown on decided to get out of the car and help him try and stop the car, along with 2 other people, while this one dumb bitch was trying to beep at him to move and then wanted to go inside the street that we're in. I'm not proud of that moment at all. But then seeing Roman help this man and then also consciously holding up his crown, figuratively and literally, was hilarious. I will admit that. But other than that, I'm a fucking moron. I would show footage slightly, but Roman has a dash cam, a little dash cam that he could have saved the video on, but I didn't push him hard enough for it. So that's just gonna be a memory now. A pretty successful trip, if I were to say so myself, and a very worthwhile experience that I would love to, keep chasing. We reached my home, and Roman met my mother. It was, I'd like to not fairly awkward. Because we're men. Welcome. Mommy!
We went to Burger King.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you like my friend's apparel?
Hi.
Oh, you're happy to see me.
I'll hold her.
I don't know.
Dude, nice. Oh, holy shit.
I didn't mean to leave you. Come here. Come see your uncle. Doesn't like being carried at all.
Okay. Why'd she jump like that?
I don't know.
Hi.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Finally.
How is everything?
I'm tired. I drove a long time, and I saved a man's life.
You said you're back tomorrow.
I texted you again saying I was back today.
Yeah, I have work tomorrow.
You work? What?
Texas Roadhouse, big restaurant.
How is everything?
It was fun. It was great. I enjoyed myself. He saved a man's life coming here. The guy was in the car, overdosed, asleep, got out of the car with his Burger King.
He was dead.
He was basically dead. He's gonna go to jail, but he's alive.
I'm the king. Work on that video.
That's a lot, dude. I don't know how to end the video properly. It's literally just nothing.
You should do like podcast style documentary. We just talk about the trip the entire time.
That's true.
And then you just keep putting videos and shit.
Alright. Say something. I don't fucking know.
This is the last time I'm gonna see your stupid Discord profile picture. Thank God. I am leaving. I saved a man's life. My ego is 5 points risen and my charisma is through the roof.
I just saw him. We just saw him. Roman, out. Yeah, I have.
And it was time to say goodbye. See you on Discord. See you on Squad.
Right there. My moderator.
Bye-bye. Good job. Forever. You have 2 hours. You're fine.
Dude, I'm so fucking anxious. I'm still anxious.
From that experience?
Yeah, my adrenaline went up so much, and all that fucking caffeine, I'm having a fucking panic.
Okay. Bye-bye, Roman. See you on the Broken Earbuds podcast. Drive away now. I don't want to see you ever again. Go! Get out of here, go! Go before I change my mind. Thank fucking God.
And with that concludes the year 2020. What? Hey, I'm about to finish up. What? On May 8th, Mother's Day, I woke up to news that my grandma had passed. And it was news that I was expecting for a bit, and it wasn't expected anytime soon, but I just knew it was coming. I know little about her character, as the only time I was able to speak to her was through Facebook Messenger calls with very, very small amounts of Portuguese that I can talk back to her. But every time I were to talk to her, it'd be a joy, and I can tell it made her really happy. Summer of 2018, I got to visit Brazil and see my mom's family. And when I walked in, it was a full group of them, but in the middle was my grandma, and she was teary-eyed. I didn't compute at the time how happy she was to see me, finally. Me and my brother were the only reminiscences of our mom that she could get in contact with physically. And it was extremely surreal to finally see her in person. And it wasn't entirely fruitful. At the time, I was still very young emotionally, so I didn't see the entire importance of being there. In fact, I didn't see the entire importance of even being around the family. I would just stay in the room, and sometimes if I was forced to be brung out, I would low-key complain about it. But anytime I was alone with my grandmother, we would just sit there in silence as she would very silently just caress my hair, and I wouldn't break from my position that I was. If I was in an uncomfortable position while she was doing it, it really didn't matter as long as she was able to do it. It was one of the only languages we can speak in, and I understood what she was trying to tell me from that. It still doesn't make sense to me. This is the first close family death that I had, hopefully the last in a long time. While this wasn't necessarily extremely close to where I had been in close contact with someone and lost them, this was still someone that I talked to enough that it would kind of break me if they were to leave. And while this was inevitable because of her health conditions, waking up to it, to the news, wails of crying it's not the best way to find out. I have a lot of questions that will probably forever be unanswered. There's a lot that I wanted to ask her if I could get past the language barrier eventually, but I'll never really find out from the source, and I don't know how to feel about that. It being especially hard to deal with because my mother hasn't seen her in about 22 years, and just seeing every breakdown motivated by that was emotionally wrenching, and then seeing that conclude was enough to change my perspective on a lot of things. There were moments where she would express how tired she was, how she didn't want to keep going in this condition, how she just wanted to rest. As cynical as it sounded, I really understood. Seeing her unable to physically move on her own without help and guidance, the constant physical therapy, I can't imagine living through that life day to day and not wanting to just throw home the towel because your family really needs you, especially when one of your family members hasn't seen you in over 2 decades. And she really tried. I really do believe she tried her hardest to keep it going. I still don't know the answers as to how things went the way they did, and I don't want to ask because I don't want to bring anyone into a dark place again. So I'd rather just be clueless to it and live with the facts from now on. The goodbyes during our calls would feel extremely
fruitful. Every time I were to say goodbye, I'd give her a smooch because she barely had any teeth because old woman. Her smooch would just be the cutest thing I'd ever seen. It was just the most hilarious attempt, and I think she knew that I really enjoyed seeing it. So she would continuously do it, and it would never get exhausting. In fact, we both found it really humorous. I never got to show her me. She got to see me, but she never really got to know me. I feel like she would be proud at this point if she did get to. But I do blame myself for not wanting it enough. The ability to communicate with her on my own. If I really wanted it, I could have gotten that to that point. But I really didn't try. And I have no one else but to blame myself for that. But that's not the entire point. The point is, I got to hug her. I got to be by her side. I got to feel the embrace my mom would have wanted to feel if she were to see her in person. And I can safely say it was a most needed one. Vovocida, beijo e queijo de aqui até a lua e de volta. Eu te amo muito. Descansar em paz.
Mom can watch this.
God damn it! It's the only blue that I fucking play! Maybe they're telling
Well, yeah.